Make peace with yourself. The war outside exists because the war inside exists. The thing is, we're not isolated. We're not separate from the rest of the universe. So there are impacts on us that we have no control over, like planets. If you think of planets as people, right? Each one of them has a personality. And when that personality is in your field, it triggers the part of you that's not ready to face that part of yourself, truly, fully. So if you can imagine, for most people it would be their mom or their dad, somebody that you really struggle being with, that triggers you, that catalyzes either anger or frustration or fear or resentment or blame or whatever it is, right? If you think about a person triggering you in that way, when they're in your space, when they're, say, for instance, in your house and they come and live with you for a week or something like that, you can imagine that. Fine. Think about the worst person you can imagine living with you for a week in your house, okay? That dynamic. That's the same impact as astrology can have on us. Because the planets all represent a certain level of consciousness. And based on where you were born in alignment with the planets and the stars and everything else, the alignment will set you up for life. And as the planets are going through cycles, you will respond accordingly. So if there's a planet coming closer that has an impact, say, for instance, Mars, okay? Mars is about, I think, war. So when that comes closer, if you have got massive internal conflicts, it will amplify the war you are at with yourself. Okay? Pluto is about death. So a lot of people at some point will go through a Pluto transit, which basically means you go through a death process. Because Pluto is amplifying the part of you that is busy dying at that moment. And it actually helps you, it assists you in dying. That part of the ego, that part of the identity that needs to let go and reborn. So it plays a part, and we can't control it because it is happening out there, but it doesn't impact us. But we can learn how to work with it instead of letting it take us over or letting our bodies or minds start resisting what is happening. To, like, for instance, the impermanent aspect or the personal aspect. Instead of holding on or trying to control it or trying to resist it, it's learning how to flow with it. So there's a lot that can be done to not create so much resistance in your life, to not create so much pain and suffering. A lot of the pain and suffering, I think there was a moment of realization in my life, I can't remember exactly what it was. I wrote a testimonial about this on somebody's website where I was on a journey, the same journeys that I now host for people in Indonesia, but I was on a journey. And I had the sudden wake-up call that all the suffering that I've been through, I created for myself. All of it. There was not one bit of suffering that I didn't create myself. Purely because I was attached to things that I should have let go of. Whether it be a belief system, whether it be a goal, a desire, a person, an emotion, a trauma, whatever it is, I was holding on to it. I didn't want to let it go. The concept of letting it go was so scary, I would rather stay in pain and hold on for dear life. Because the unknown is so much scarier. When I had that realization, I was like, I cannot believe that. How did I not see that before? How did I live in so much suffering and pain for so many years, just trying to get out of it and not realizing it's because I'm creating it myself? I'm just fighting my own existence, basically. I'm fighting the one thing that I'm inevitably always have been due to become. It's insanity if you really think about it, but you can't see it until you see it. You can't know it until you know it, until you have that realization for yourself. Then you see it so clearly, and then you look at people around you and you're like, oh, this is insanity. This is absolutely insanity. But you can't know what you don't know, unfortunately.